Hey guys, welcome back to High Point Land Company and our video series on the topic of everything land. One thing that we get asked all the time is who buys land? Is it investors? Is it local people? Is it neighbors? Who is going to buy my property? And what is the land that they're buying and why are they buying it? So on the topic of tillable land is bought about half and half depending on the market fluctuations and price and interest rates and other classes of real estate. About half of the land we sell annually goes to local landowners and local investors and farmers and people that are buying hunting land for their own personal use. And the other folks that buy land are investors. They're qualified as investors. And a land investor, from our experience, is primarily somebody that's looking for a buy and hold on a solid asset to diversify out of a portfolio. So let's say they have all their money in stocks and bonds and treasuries and CDs and DSTs and all these other investment categories. People will come to us and say, hey, we want to buy a tillable farm or even a hunting farm with timber on it, or it's able to be rented out for recreational purposes to diversify that investment portfolio. So the tillable land buyers that we see primarily are investors that understand farmland. They grew up on a farm. They understand cattle and hay and corn and soybeans and cotton and wheat and commodities that come off of land and the uses for land, and they're very comfortable with land as a tangible investment. The odds of a banking crisis that we're going through right now in the United States and having things like CDs and cash go away in banks that are closing, is that going to happen to a farm? If it's paid off free and clear, I think your odds are pretty good that the land is going to be a tangible asset that is going to continue to produce income from food production or from ethanol production or from feeding chickens and hogs and cattle and everything that land is used for in productive areas of tillable farmland. So who buys land? Farmer operators, folks that are running the land, that are farming. Those are half the folks that end up purchasing. The other half are investors that want to diversify their portfolio, or they want to believe in land that it's going to be a tangible asset and produce an income stream that doesn't have to do with a lot of management. We get a lot of folks that also go into farmland that are selling apartment complexes, storage facilities, Delaware statutory trust holdings, other properties that were absorbed because of development, and are doing 1031 exchanges out of those assets because they believe in land, they want to stay there, or they don't want the management of an apartment complex, a commercial building, anything that maybe didn't work out for them great in the past, even if they were good real estate investments with higher ROIs than what land might offer. Land is very stable, fluctuates very little in value, and provides a really good return annually from the topic of renting it out to a farmer who is going to run their business on the property and look after that property. So ROIs on land currently are anywhere from 1 to 3.5%, 4%, depending on the type of the property. And again, those investors are looking to purchase that land as an investment and rent it out to somebody that can run their business or farm it or run a hunting outfitter on that property to buy land for diversification of a portfolio. The folks that buy it for their own intentions are locals that want to live on the property, build a house or cabin, put up a camping site, go hunting out there, go fishing out there, get their family out of town, teach their kids different things about land and about the country, as well as people that want to farm it themselves and run great farming operations or run cattle and are going to use it for their own intentions. All of those buyers, whether they're personal use buyers, locals, or regional folks that are going to use the property, or they're land investors that are going to buy and hold that property for cash flow and for future appreciation, have a common ground that they believe in the tangibility of land, that it's not going to be taken away. They're not going to get a letter in the mail that your investment didn't work out, not going to get a news story or a stock market crash or anything that is going to majorly affect their portfolio. Land has consistently over the course of time been a very solid, tangible investment that is used for an inflation hedge or different reasons for people just to have diversification in their portfolio. So that's a lot of who's buying land today and why.